Hey, what's good, Wahoo Nation? Happy Sunday to all of you. I hope y'all are doing good. So the Who's went on the road yesterday and had a big statement win on the road against Duke, against a Duke team who I thought was pretty solid. I know that Duke had 4 losses on the season, but they only had 1 ACC loss, and so I thought it was going to be a battle. But we did what we had to do. We won by 17, I think was the margin of victory, 17 points. And so just one to go. One more game left to be played because we have a bye this upcoming week, and then we've got the season finale against Virginia Tech the following week. And so I just wanted to talk about where things stand right now. So if I understand this right, I know there's so many, clinch scenarios and all this tiebreaker stuff now that the ACC doesn't have divisions anymore. We can actually clinch next week without even playing a game. I'm talking about clinching a spot in the ACC championship game. And so, but we're going to need a lot of help in order for that to happen, which I don't think it will. In order for that to happen, I believe Georgia Tech needs to beat Pitt, Miami needs to beat Virginia Tech, Louisville needs to beat SMU, and North Carolina needs to beat Duke. And if that were to happen, which I don't think it will, but if that were to happen, then we're locked in. We've at least locked in a spot in the ACC championship game. And let's just say, for example, if that were to happen, how do we approach the Virginia Tech game? Well, do you approach it, do you want to take things easy, try to not get your starters hurt, or do you just treat it like any other game? I think we know the answer to that question. You treat it like any other game because there is unfinished business with the Hokies, and so we owe them. And with all that being said, though, Virginia Tech, they did lose again last night. They lost to Florida State. That was their 7th loss of the season, which means that they will not be going to a bowl game this year. And so they would love nothing more than to play spoiler for us, end our ACC title hopes and potential playoff hopes as well. And so, and Virginia Tech, it's no secret that they have owned us over the last number of years. I think in the last 30 years, we've only beaten them 4 times. And so I know, we have the better record and all that, but as we've witnessed many times over the years, Virginia Tech, they get up for this game. And I would imagine because they have nothing to lose now, they're not going to a bowl game. In fact, the game that they play against us is their bowl game. And so, we'll see what happens. I mean, over the years, this team has invented ways to lose to Virginia Tech, and we've lost to them in just about every way we can. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case this time around. I mean, here we are, we're 9-2, only 1 conference loss. And, they're down to, they're 3-7. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if they were to beat us, which means we're going to have to be on our toes, and we can't play scared, and we definitely cannot play soft, that's another thing that we've done over the years versus those guys. So, but it's unfinished business. It's unfinished business. I think that's how you approach the game. And so, and as I mentioned, we have a bye next week, and sometimes a bye week can work against you going into the following week. You saw how we played after our first bye week. After we beat Louisville, we had a bye week, and we didn't look all that great after that either. And so I think that's something to be concerned about. Yes, it gives our players a chance to get healthy. I know that Cam Robinson got hurt yesterday. Chandler Morris was just coming off of an injury. So it's a good chance for our team to get healthy. So we just got to be on our toes. And and like I said, as I've said before, yeah, I mean, the opportunity is there. So, yeah, you should try to, at least make it to the playoff or make it to the championship game and win the ACC. And of course, if we do that, then we'll go to the playoffs. But if we don't, if we don't go to the playoffs, then, it is what it is. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. We've had a great year. And even if we do lose to Virginia Tech, we'll go 9-3, which for some schools that's unacceptable. But for a school like us, for a school like UVA, who is not used to that kind of success, 9-3 would be a great year. We haven't gone 9-3 in the regular season since 2019. And so, yeah, I'm just enjoy the ride, guys. That's all really I can say. And, I'm pretty sure we'll get a decent bowl game if we don't make the playoffs. And so, yeah, just enjoy it, guys. That's really all you can say. And something else I wanted to touch base on, now that, we've got 8 wins on the season, we're on the verge of making the ACC championship game. And if that were to be the case, or even if it's not the case, that more than likely means that Tony Elliott will be getting a contract extension this off season, if he doesn't leave to take another job somewhere else. Which, I mean, in today's world of college football, you never know. Someone might surprise hire him. You know what I mean? We'll see what happens. And I just don't want it to end up like it was with Mike London in 2011, where we went 8-5, and Mike London got that big contract extension. Well, we were horrible after that, and you're stuck with him, and if you fire him, you have to pay a big buyout. I just hope that the administration and everybody is careful about how they approach this. That's all I'm saying. And so, but I would say more than likely Tony Elliott, if he does not leave for another job, then I would say he more than likely will be getting a contract extension. And probably Des Kitchings and John Brzezinski will be getting extensions as well, which they got one last year through the end of this year. And which, I mean, I've said before about Des, some of the calls that Des has made this year and really throughout his time here has just been very head scratching and all that. So anyway, but that's my thoughts of where we are right now. And so, we'll see what happens. Like I said, I'm just enjoying the moment, and now our guys can get healthy and we can focus on beating Virginia Tech. That's, for me, just beating Virginia Tech, that should be the main focal point. I mean, just beat them and let the chips fall where they may as far as the ACC goes. Oh, and just see what happens. Just do our part, and and just let the chips fall where they may. And if we beat Tech and make the ACC title, great. If we win and we don't make the ACC title, then that's okay too. Like I said, we've had a great year, and if we beat them, that'll put us at 10 wins. That's something else we haven't done in a long time. I don't think that we've had a 10-win season since 1989, and I was only 1 year old at that time. So that tells you how far we've come this year. So, but anyway, what are your thoughts on where we're at right now? How should we approach the Tech game? I mean, I think that answer is easy. Just approach it like you would any other game and treat it like unfinished business, because that's what this is for us. It's unfinished business. We owe Virginia Tech, and yeah, there's that. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good evening.